You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Flash floods in one city almost underwater this morning near Baltimore for the second time in just 2 years. How the city is doing this morning and how much rain is still on the way. And lots of Memorial Day events are canceled here on the Suncoast today. We're going to let you know which ones. Plus, Marla.
And residents who live here on Lido Key say beach erosion is a big cause for concern ahead of hurricane season. What they say they want to see done is straight ahead. Your Suncoast News starts now.
Good morning to you on this Memorial Day Monday morning. My name is Stephanie Webb. Ray Collins is off today. It is 6 o'clock. Thanks for waking up with us. And speaking of waking up, we're waking up to some calmer weather today, right, John Scalzi?
Oh, yes, indeed. I think we're looking at some pretty fair weather today, actually, compared to the fact that we're only a sliver of the Florida Peninsula that will see some nice weather. The southern tip is going to get inundated with rain, and of course, the northern part is dealing with subtropical storm Alberto. Cooper in central Sarasota, our youngest weather watcher, picked up 1.5 inches of rainfall yesterday, and many places saw more than that. Luckily, though, the afternoon kind of fizzled out just a little bit as this drier air that wrapped up around Alberto continued to bring us some pretty decent weather. Now we'll be beating back clouds today. There'll be kind of a mix of sun and clouds out there, but rainfall should be kind of at a minimum because of that drier air lifting northward. Now tomorrow, that deep turquoise color that you see in the southern tip of the state, that is mid and upper level moisture, and it's going to be headed our way. It's producing some fairly heavy rainfall down in the southern part of the tip of the state, plus the Florida Straits. Alberto, that spinning mass to the north of us, producing rain shower chances for a great deal of the Big Bend region and back up toward the Panhandle. Yes, we will see some showers around today, but really not nearly as much as we might have otherwise. 77 degrees in Lakewood Ranch. Northport coming in at 76, Punta Gorda 77, Longboat Key, you've got 78. Day planner calls for about a 30%, that's it, chance of afternoon showers and thunderstorms. That's not too bad. We'll have to watch for those thunderstorms, obviously. It's going to be a busy outdoor day today, I suspect. And so remember, if you hear thunder, you're in danger of being struck and need to take shelter until you no longer hear the thunder for 30 minutes. Then it's safe to go outside. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in a few. Back to you.
And right now, let's take a live look out there to the Sarasota National Cemetery on this Memorial Day. Lots of remembrances and honoring people that lost their lives in active duty, making the ultimate sacrifice. Several of the events around the area have been canceled. We will have that list later on in the show. And moving into first alert traffic out there this morning, not too much to see actually. It's a pretty decent traffic morning so far. In Manatee County, not too many slowdowns. 301, starting to see a couple slowdowns here and there, but nothing too major out there. In northern Sarasota County, starting to see a couple things that are going on right there. If we can pull up that one that's right there off of Fruitville, we do have one little construction area to tell you about. If we can pull that up right there. Gulfstream Avenue, there's a road closed between Coconut Avenue and McAnch Square. So the little traffic note to tell you about on Gulfstream Avenue, the road is closed between Coconut Avenue and McAnch Square. Heading a little bit farther south in the area, not too much is going on in that spot either. If you're headed south on 75 or 41, your commute will be an easy one. That is your first alert traffic. And moving on, for the second time since 2016, a Baltimore community is almost underwater this morning thanks to flash flooding. Right now, Ellicott City is under a state of emergency, and the National Weather Service says more rain is expected today. John Lawrence has a closer look.
A deluge of brown water devours Ellicott City, Maryland, overtaking vehicles like they were toy cars and destroying the area.
There were trees sticking out everywhere and cars standing up straight, totally upright everywhere. Buildings wiped out, windows gone, inventory from the stores everywhere, just all wiped out.
Ellicott City is about 12 miles west of Baltimore in the valley of the Patapsco River. On Sunday, the river rose nearly 18 feet within 2 hours, reaching a record high of just over 24 feet.
I actually know a lot of people that work down here, and a lot of them were trapped on like the second and third story floors because they couldn't get out.
Local officials say this situation rivals a 2016 flooding that killed 2 people and left the area severely damaged.
It's just devastating because people have their lives tied up in this and went through a heck of a lot and came back, and now they're starting all over again, and it's pretty devastating.
Rescue crews are on the scene, and residents of the downtown area were urged to evacuate. Howard County Executive Alan Kittleman says resources will be available for people who want to rebuild once the flooding ends. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Well, back here at home, we're just days away from the start of hurricane season, and already there are some concerns about beach erosion. Residents on Lido Key say it's their biggest concern right now. Our Marla Spence joins us live from Benjamin Franklin Drive in Sarasota. Marla?
Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, folks who live here on Lido Key say beach erosion is a big issue here. They say they hope something can be done ahead of hurricane season, which officially starts on Friday. Now, take a look. These are waves crashing over the walls of First Lido condominium near the eroded portions of Lido Beach. This video was taken yesterday during subtropical storm Alberto. Now, even though that storm did not impact us severely on the Suncoast, some residents were concerned for their safety. People here say they are not too happy about how close their condos are to the ocean. They say they want Siesta Key to give them sand to renourish their shoreline.
Well, this isn't even our worst storm, and this is what we're having, and we're in the middle of litigation about getting the pass dredged and getting a new beach, and Siesta Key's opposing it, and this is what we're living with.
It's really frustrating. This happens frequently, and we're just at the beginning of the hurricane season. So, and this isn't even a particularly bad storm. So this is routine for us almost, and it'll be this way through the hurricane season. It's very scary.
People who live here also added that they aren't only concerned for their own safety, but wildlife as well. With little sand, eggs laid by turtles are often swept away by the water, giving them little to no time to hatch. Reporting live in Sarasota, Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, as expected, some scheduled events for Memorial Day today have been canceled. The annual downtown Sarasota Memorial Day Parade is among them. It will not be rescheduled. The Venice Memorial Day celebration has also been canceled, and the Race Around Lido, an annual event held at the Sarasota Sailing Squadron every Memorial Day, is canceled as well. Well, Alberto surprised many of us with a beautiful Sunday afternoon. The sunshine surprised local businesses along the Suncoast as well. Outdoor equipment rental companies, like ones that rent bikes and jet skis and segways and beach furniture in particular, were preparing for the worst but lucked out yesterday afternoon as many actually headed for the beaches once those skies were clear. They brought in sales that they were planning to miss out on. And the Anna Maria Island Turtle Watch wants to remind you as you head out to the beach to keep your eyes open for turtle nests. The walkers will be doing some surveys later on this morning to see how this weekend's storm affected the nest counts. So far this year, the group has counted 38 different nests. Now, some advice out there: if you do see any of the nests, if you find any eggs floating, carry them, dig a hole in the closest dune, and then rebury it. Well, former President George H.W. Bush is back in the hospital this morning. According to a spokesperson, he was taken to a main facility after experiencing low blood pressure and fatigue. Now, he is expected to stay there for a few days just for observation. The hospital stay comes a day after visiting with military veterans. Bush stopped by an American Legion pancake breakfast Saturday in Maine, where he chatted and took some pictures with veterans from World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Last month, Bush was hospitalized after an infection the day after the funeral for his wife, Barbara Bush. He is now 93 years old. The science teacher this morning is being called a hero after saving students from a school shooter in Indiana. And this morning, he is finally out of the hospital. 29-year-old Jason Seaman was shot 3 times, once in the abdomen, once in the hip, and then once in the forearm, while tackling and stopping the shooter on Friday morning. 2 others were wounded in that shooting. One is still in critical condition. Now, an online fundraiser has actually surpassed the $55,000 goal to help the teacher with his medical bills. The suspected gunman, also a student, is in custody. Well, a Florida man is accused of holding his girlfriend hostage after she slipped a note to a veterinarian saying that he had a gun. Now, the woman says the man repeatedly beat and threatened her. But in the midst of all of this, she was able to convince him that they needed to take their dog to the vet. Now, that's when she slipped the front desk clerk a note and they called police. Now, the victim later told investigators that she persuaded her boyfriend to bring their dog to the clinic as a way to escape his physical abuse. Well, new pictures from NASA show a camera getting roasted during a SpaceX launch. Now check these out. A NASA photographer set up a bunch of cameras to capture last week's launch from Vandenberg Air Force Base in California. But the launch started a brush fire in the area, which, as you can see, overtook and melted this camera that you just saw. Somehow managed to keep on taking pictures right until the very end, though. The camera was about a quarter mile. It's from the launch site itself. And interestingly enough, it was the furthest camera away from the actual site. It was later found completely charged, but that memory card was still intact. Well, coming up, you may not have to feel so bad for sleeping in on the weekends. I don't. So turn off those alarm clocks. We're going to tell you why when we come back. But first, let's take a look outside. Some better weather in the forecast, a little bit compared to over the weekend, right, John Scalzi?
Oh, absolutely right. Now, if you look at the maps, the area that's forecast for today to have a chance of severe weather is located well to our north out of our area, where we have just a chance of regular old thunderstorm activity. And that's true tomorrow and the day after as well. Drive time forecast has the rain box checked, but not for the commute to work. It's for the commute home from work when there's a slight chance of a shower or two. It's calm skies, upper 70s, but on the way home this evening, there'll be a few thunderstorms around. We'll have the complete forecast in a second.
WWSB ABC 7 is an equal opportunity employer, and we're looking for qualified people to join our dynamic team. For a list of current openings and to apply online, visit www.mysuncoast.com/contact/employment. If you're a motivated team player and you want a rewarding career in a fun, fast-paced working environment, WWSB ABC 7 could be the perfect fit for you. Check out our list of openings now.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Get to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota for big savings on new Ram trucks. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years in a row. And right now, get the all-new redesigned 2018 Ram Quad Cab for as little as $23,999. Or save big and get up to $12,400 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat in Sarasota.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
On average, an American household with at least one credit card struggles with over $15,000 in credit card debt. But right now, if you qualify for National Debt Relief's Debt Reset program, your debt balances and monthly payments will be reduced while you become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Enroll now and there won't be any upfront costs or out-of-pocket expenses. To qualify for the Debt Reset program, you must have at least $10,000 or more in credit card debt, unsecured loan debt, collection debt, and/or medical bills. You must also be past due or struggling to make minimum monthly payments or considering filing for bankruptcy. If this sounds like you, avoid the serious consequences of bankruptcy and take advantage of National Debt Relief's Debt Reset program today and become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Call now to see if you qualify. A debt relief counselor is available to assist you 24 hours a day.
Call 800-731-6432. That's 800-731-6432.
ABC 7 News at 7, weeknights. Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Few scattered showers popping by from time to time this morning. Nothing terribly heavy, but there are some fast-moving areas of drizzle and light rain. Total rainfall amounts will not be that great this morning. And into the afternoon, I think we have a better chance at maybe seeing a shower or a thunderstorm perhaps. But even then, our rain chance only at about 30%. We're sort of in this dry slot that exists between the spinning area of Alberto and also the massive shower and thunderstorm complex down to the south of us. Now that area of disturbed weather, which is just very, very heavy rainfall, will gradually try to lift a little bit further to the north, increasing our instability in the atmosphere for tomorrow and enhancing our rainfall chances at that point. But for today, its influence stays in the southern tip of the state. We have Alberto, of course, continuing to make its slow drift to the north and producing a very strong southerly wind flow for us. Rip current advisories, still an issue. Small craft advisories are up today. Big boating day. Just be very, very cautious if you are taking your boat out in the water. It's going to be a real wind out there coming in south at about 20 miles per hour out on open waters. So sailors will get a lot of wind under their hats today. Drier air kind of filtering around underneath the underbelly of the circulation of the storm, producing that drier air slot that is also inhibiting the development of Alberto. It's kind of wrapping up and around the center part of the storm, limiting the number of thunderstorms that develop there. We'll say that its intensity will be maintained as it lifts northward. And it's still got a 65-mile-an-hour wind in the northeast quadrant of the storm. For us, this dry air slot will be replaced tomorrow, I think, by this moisture lifting northward from the south, and that will bring us our better rain chance. In fact, our rain chance is going to jump significantly. 79 degrees, our current air temperature. Humidity at 88%. Breezy day today. South wind coming in at about 20 already at this hour. And we've got a kind of mix of skies, clear skies and cloudy skies. Futurecast shows Alberto lifting northward up toward Panama City or up toward the area between Panama City and Pensacola, affecting a great area up there between Cape San Blas and Mobile, Alabama, producing some heavy surge potential up here in the Big Bend region, particularly Citrus and Levy County. Could see a 3-foot storm surge as the winds out of the south kind of move right up into this area and kind of pile up the water in this concave coastal section. For us, the rain showers continue to lift northward through the afternoon, leaving most of today pretty quiet with about a 30% chance of storms. But by tomorrow, those storms approach us and bring us a much better chance of rain. Today's planner calls for a 9 a.m. temperature of about 79, 20% chance of a passing sprinkler shower, better chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon, and it will be kind of a windy day today. We'll watch those showers continue to bring us chances of rain, but really yesterday's rainfall totals, not all that great, really, for a lot of the area. Half an inch or less in many locations to the north. Down to the south, there were a few good storms that did move by. A couple of them, one at a time, moved over generally the same areas, and rainfall totals exceeded 2 to 3 inches in many locations down to the south. For us today, we're looking at, again, kind of bad conditions, I would say, out there on the waters. Small craft advisory, 20-knot winds, choppy on bay and inland waters, 5 to 7 foot seas. You got to really know what you're doing to be out in water like that and have a boat that'll take it. 84 degrees. Our air temperature, 30% chance of storms, breezy today. As we head into tomorrow, our rain chances spike up to 80%. And over the course of the next few days thereafter, we'll kind of return to that more average afternoon thunderstorm kind of atmosphere that we've grown to know and love here in Florida. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic out there this morning. Starting off in Manatee County, the roads coming in to Bradenton. Some of those bridges we're starting to see a little bit of congestion, but not too much thanks to the holiday weekend and traffic being a little lighter around this time in the morning. A little slowdown right there on 301 and State Road 70. Then in Sarasota County, those roads aren't looking too bad either. We do have one little spot to tell you about right there. If we can pull that one up right near 41, actually. Gulfstream Avenue, the road is closed between Coconut Avenue and McAnch Square. Again, Gulfstream Avenue, there's a road closed right there between Coconut Avenue and McAnch Square. That's going to slow things down a little bit later today as more people are in the area. And then heading into the southern part of the market, those roads are still looking pretty good. Just one little blip right there on 41 South. But other than that, the roads are looking pretty good. 619, that is your first alert traffic. All right, here's a little impromptu quiz for you. Raise your hand if you live for sleeping in over the weekends. Well, good news, you don't have to feel so guilty about it anymore. Also, we're going to live longer if we sleep in. New research finds that sleeping in a few days later, especially on the weekends, may extend your life. Now, the findings are based on nearly 44,000 people in Sweden studied over a 13-year period. Now, those involved with the study say that when people who get less sleep during the week, like 6 hours or less, but sleep in on the weekends, well, their mortality rate was the same as those lucky ones who get a full 7 hours of sleep per night. So here's to not feeling guilty anymore. Well, this next one wins the award for the strangest lawsuit of the week, and it's only Monday. The company behind Sesame Street is suing the makers of Melissa McCarthy's new puppet movie. Now, The Happy Time Murders is a new comedy. It's out in August, and it mentions the popular kids show in its marketing. Sesame Workshop argues that the film's tagline, "No Sesame, all Street," quote, deliberately confuses consumers. Now, the suit asks for a jury trial to be paid damages, and then, of course, the Happy Time Murders changes its advertising. I'm thinking that's a given. Well, still to come on Good Morning Suncoast, a bizarre story over the holiday weekend. A woman caught on camera being punched on a New Jersey beach. The strange part, the person that was behind it. We're going to have that for you. Plus, Marla?
I'm live on Lido Key, where residents here say they are concerned about their safety because of beach erosion. Coming up at 6:30, we're going to be telling you why and what those residents hope to see can happen to correct that issue ahead of hurricane season.
If you don't want to fall immediately into love, look away. If you don't want to awaken a desire for excellence, look away. If you don't want to be seduced, please look away.
Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398, or visit SoClean.com today.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard serve to give back to their country and communities. Their part-time commitment qualifies them for an array of benefits, such as affordable health and life insurance benefits, education benefits, including tuition assistance, student loan repayment and GI Bill programs, a retirement plan based on part-time service, and VA home mortgages. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about all the benefits available in the Army National Guard.
And check this out. This is the lava flow we've all been watching for these past few minutes now. This is on the Big Island in Hawaii, now covering more than 2,300 acres of land. volcano's crater is producing some small bursts of volcanic ash, slowly being pushed downwind, which is creating a whole other problem. Now, as for the volcanic gases, this VOG, which is like volcanic ash and fog, these emissions may increase in areas downwind of some of the vents. Now, because of the elevated levels of sulfur dioxide also in the air now because of the volcano, Big Island residents are still being cautioned to limit the time that they spend outdoors. An investigation is underway today after video shows a police officer punching a woman on a beach in New Jersey. ABC's Eva Pilgrim has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, this video of two police officers at a beach on the Jersey Shore wrestling a woman on the ground, one punching her in the head, under investigation this morning. Beachgoers yelling, a baby crying in the background. It happened Saturday afternoon in Wildwood, New Jersey, shocking beachgoers. The video now with more than 2 million views on Twitter. And the woman at the center of it, identified by police as 20-year-old Emily Weinman from Philadelphia, charging her with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and minor in possession of alcohol, in addition to 2 counts of assault on a police officer by spitting. In a statement, the Wildwood police chief saying that while he finds this video to be alarming, he does not want to rush to any judgment. We'll have the latest on this Jersey Shore investigation coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
My day starts well before I'm in the kitchen. I need my blood sugar to stay in control.
I need to shave my A1C.
Weekends are my time. I need an insulin that fits my schedule.
Traceba ready.
Traceba is used to control high blood sugar in adults with diabetes. Don't use Traceba to treat diabetic ketoacidosis during episodes of low blood sugar or if you are allergic to any of its ingredients. Don't share needles or insulin pens. Don't reuse needles. The most common side effect is low blood sugar, which may cause dizziness, sweating, confusion, and headache. Check your blood sugar. Low blood sugar can be serious and may be life-threatening. Injection site reactions may occur. Tell your prescriber about all medicines you take and all your medical conditions. Taking TZDs with insulins like Traceba may cause serious side effects like heart failure. Your insulin dose shouldn't be changed without asking your prescriber. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing, fast heartbeat, extreme drowsiness, swelling of your face, tongue, or throat, dizziness, or confusion. Ask your healthcare provider if you're Traceba ready. Covered by most insurance and Medicare plans.
Traceba ready.
Our nurse, Jennifer, all we did is pick up the phone if I was having a bad day, and the next thing we know, she was here at the door. I can't believe that I would have received any greater care anywhere. From that moment on, everything changed dramatically. And I don't know what we would have done without that.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You want a Maserati, but you need an SUV. Why not have both? Levante, the Maserati of SUVs.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Hunger is a growing problem in our area, and a huge number of Suncoast residents are suffering in silence.
It could be your coworker,
Your child's classmate.
or your friend fighting to secure their next meal. But you can help.
ABC7 is partnering with local organizations to help feed the Suncoast.
Go to mysuncoast.com/hunger to join the fight. Help us.
Help the hungry.
ABC7 News at 7 weeknights. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Storms have washed out Memorial Day events all across the country. Flash floods left one city underwater in Maryland. How much rain is still to come? And lots of cancellations here on the Suncoast as well. We're going to let you know which ones. Plus, Marla?
Key, where residents here say they are concerned about their safety because of beach erosion. We're going to tell you why and what they hope to see ahead of hurricane season straight ahead. Your Suncoast News starts now.
Good morning to you on this Monday morning, this Memorial Day. I'm Stephanie Webb. Ray Collins has the morning off. Someone that has not had some time off, especially not this weekend, meteorologist John Scalzi. What's it looking like today out there, John?
Yeah, not bad. You know, some of those predictions for isolated spots of 7-8 inch rainfalls and certainly widespread 3 to 4 inch to 5 inch rainfalls is not going to happen. It's not going to happen across our area because today we're putting kind of the squash on rainfall chances, just as we did yesterday afternoon, because of some dry air that's wrapping around the underbelly of Alberto. That's not to say that we didn't get some good rains over the weekend, that's for sure. Becky in Old Myakka picked up as much as 7 inches of rain total with the whole event that's transpired with this storm. Just over the weekend, she picked up 4 inches of rainfall. Al in Northport, 2 inches, over 2 inches of rainfall. And Cooper, our youngest weather watcher, picked up 1.5 inches yesterday. So the good news is we get a little bit of a chance to dry out today. You know what I would recommend doing is going around your house and finding standing water that might be in, you know, the crevices of garbage cans, things like that, and empty that out before we get a mosquito problem around here. We've got some shower activity down to the south. A lot of cloud cover will be beaten back today, but sunshine will poke through from time to time. The dry air continues to bring us reduced rain chances today, despite the fact that there's heavy rain to our south, good rains to our north. But in the center, over us, we've only got scattered showers for the morning hours, and I think even in the afternoon, only about a 30% chance of showers or maybe some thunderstorms as well. 77 Bradenton, 77 Lakewood Branch, Sarasota 79, Venice and Inglewood both at 78. And the planner today calls for that 20% chance of a morning shower, better chances of rainfall as we head into the afternoon, and particularly after 5 p.m. this evening. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. All right, and right now let's take a look outside Sarasota National Cemetery. Looking live at it this morning. Of course, plenty of honorances and remembrances going on there today as well. Memorial Day, a day to honor those that lost their life in active duty, making the ultimate sacrifice. You can go out there today and lay a wreath or a flag. It will be open throughout the day. And let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic out there this morning. Not too much to take a look at. It's not running too bad out there in Manatee County. Got some slowdowns on 301 to tell you about. And then in Sarasota County, those roads are not looking too bad either. It's running pretty decent. We do have one road closure in Sarasota County to tell you about, actually out by the Bay Area. Gulfstream Avenue, there's a road closed right there between Coconut Avenue and McAnch Square. Again, Gulfstream Avenue, the road is closed between Coconut Avenue and McAnch Square. So if your commute is going to take you by there this morning, expect some slowdowns or maybe find a different route to navigate around that area. And one last look, if we're going to head a little bit farther south in the area, those roads are looking pretty decent. Again, not too much to show you around there. 633, that is your first alert traffic. Well, across the country, storms have washed out Memorial Day events from New York right down here to Florida. A flash flood emergency is issued in Maryland as one small town is almost underwater this morning. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has the latest developments this morning.
Across the country, states are dealing with torrential rain. Just outside Baltimore, Maryland, Ellicott City engulfed by devastating flash floods. Streets turning into rivers.
For people trapped. There's people in every building. a water rescue going on, I believe, right where you are.
Those trapped climbing to a second story to stay safe as rescuers search for anyone possibly trapped in cars or buildings. Maryland's Governor Larry Hogan declaring a state of emergency.
It's really, truly devastating. They say this is a once every 1,000-year flood, and we had 2 of them in 2 years.
Officials say the situation is worse than in 2016, when flash flooding killed 2 people and destroyed dozens of buildings and cars.
I can just tell you my heart is broken. Thinking about what the people had gone through here and the people's lives who were devastated 2 years ago and where they rebuilt. And now they're faced with the same daunting task again.
And states of emergency declared across Florida and for parts of Mississippi and Alabama. The first named storm of the hurricane season, Alberto, expected to make landfall today. The system hitting Miami with heavy rain and winds up to 50 miles per hour. Alberto arriving just before the official start of the hurricane season.
Nature doesn't follow our timeline. Nature pretty much does what it wants to do.
Alberto is expected to clock in wind speeds at 65 miles per hour, and meteorologists say Florida's panhandle will get the brunt of it today. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
Well, hurricane season officially begins this Friday, and after the storm this weekend, residents on Lido Key, they're already worried about beach erosion. Our Marla Spence joins us live now from Benjamin Franklin Drive in Sarasota. Marla, what is the latest from there? What are they worried about?
Yes, Stephanie, people who live here on Lido Key say they are plain out frustrated over beach erosion. They say that they are concerned about their safety ahead of hurricane season. Take a look. This is what residents say they experience each time winds pick up or a storm passes through the Suncoast. People who live at First Lido condominium near the eroded portions of Lido Beach say waves usually crash over the walls of the condo. They say it's a big concern for them and they want something to be done as soon as possible. Now, this video was taken yesterday during subtropical storm Alberto. Even though that storm did not impact us severely on the Suncoast, some residents say they can only imagine what will happen during hurricane season.
Well, this isn't even our worst storm, and this is what we're having, and we're in the middle of litigation about getting the pass dredged and getting a new beach, and Siesta Key's opposing it, and this is what we're living with.
It's really frustrating. This happens frequently, and we're just at the beginning of the hurricane season. So, and this isn't even a particularly bad storm. So this is routine for us almost, and it'll be this way through the hurricane season. It's very scary.
And residents say that they simply want Siesta Key to give them sand to renourish the beach's shoreline. They believe that by simply doing that, that will correct the issue right there at First Lido condominium. Reporting live in Sarasota, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Marla. Well, due to the weather, some scheduled events for Memorial today have been canceled. The annual downtown Sarasota Memorial Day Parade is among them. It will not be rescheduled. The Venice Memorial Day celebration has also been canceled, and the Race Around Lido, an annual event held at the Sarasota Sailing Squadron every Memorial Day, that too has been canceled. Well, it is a day to reflect and remember those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. At Washington's war memorials, Memorial Day is particularly touching. Reporter Karen Kaifa is in Arlington, Virginia with the latest on today's tributes.
The name has changed over time. The sentiment has not.
It's a day to pay tribute and honor our loved ones who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
Memorial Day was once Decoration Day, springtime tributes to Civil War dead by laying flowers on their graves. At Arlington National Cemetery yesterday, volunteers for the Memorial Day Flowers Foundation did the same. Spokeswoman Amy Nyberger Miller, whose brother was killed in combat in Iraq, says small gestures can mean a lot today.
To know that someone's coming with a flower who just wants to honor your loved one. And that's a very sweet and genuine and human gesture that's really appreciated.
The flowers joining American flags placed by soldiers at Arlington in the tradition known as Flags In. Washington's war memorials taking on even greater meaning this weekend. Visitors to the Marine Corps War Memorial will now find recent campaigns reflected here.
Every campaign that the Marines have participated in since the founding of the Marines are represented on the memorial. In September of 2017, the National Park Service with our partners, the U.S. Marine Corps, who help us manage this memorial, unveiled Iraq and Afghanistan.
No sacrifice to be forgotten this long weekend, whether remembered with the roar of Rolling Thunder's motorcycles or in quiet reflection. In Arlington, Virginia, I'm Karen Kafa.
Well, if you had to stop for gas at all over the holiday weekend, you probably noticed a big jump in prices and a hit to your vacation budget. The national average for gas is $2.79 right now. That's about 30% higher than last Memorial Day weekend. Now, a few factors as to why. Well, subtropical storm Alberto, that was one big reason. Also, sanctions against Iran. Now, Memorial Day weekend is usually the peak for gas prices, but they're not exactly expected to go down at all this summer. That could lead to more drivers staying home. But we here at ABC7, we've got your back, and we're keeping an eye on some of the best gas prices that we can find in the area. Now, according to Gas Buddy here on the Suncoast, you can find the cheapest gas at the Citgo on North Washington in Sarasota for like $2.85. In Bradenton, you can fill up for $2.87 at the racetrack on 12th Avenue East and $2.84 on the Tamiami Trail South. Now, if you missed any of these locations, don't worry. We've got all the locations online at mysuncoast.com. Happening today, the 7th annual Myakka River Blues Festival. That's going to be held at Snook Haven in Venice. Kicks off at 11 o'clock this morning and it runs through 7. Now in Snook Haven, tickets for the festival have been discounted to $5 and they were originally sold for $15 if you bought them online. Now if you did pre-purchase your tickets, you're going to receive a refund at the gate. And many events honoring those that made the ultimate sacrifice today. A big one happening. A Memorial Day service will take place from 9 to 10 o'clock this morning at the Veterans Monument Park near Manatee Memorial Hospital. Retired Brigadier General Richard Blunt will be the keynote speaker this morning. It is free and it is open to the public. Still to come on Good Morning Suncoast. It's on, it's off, it might be on. Well, the latest on all that back and forth of the U.S.-North Korea summit. We're going to have where it stands this morning when we come back. But first, let's take a live look. You're looking live at Sarasota National Cemetery this morning. Lots of those veterans that paid the ultimate price in serving their country. They're being remembered there today. And John Scalzi, let's take a look at the weather. A little bit more to look forward to today, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll be a pretty decent day, actually. Rain chances are much less than they could have otherwise been, coming in at about 30% in the afternoon. Maybe a thunderstorm or two late in the day, around 5 o'clock or so. There could be a few. But in general, pretty nice. If you're going to be at the beaches today, the only thing I would say is that watch that southerly wind flow. It'll be breezy out there near the coastline, 20 miles per hour or so, and could kick up some sand. But all of the red tide reporting stations not showing anything in the water samples, so that's good. As far as the forecast for boating, though, you know what? Not so good. We do have a small craft advisory up, rip current advisory along our waterways, so just be careful and watch those lifeguard flags if you're heading to the beach. 3 beach balls out of 4 today. Back to you.
Hello, Mom.
Amanda's mom's appointment just got rescheduled for today. Amanda needs right at home. Our customized care plan provides as much or as little help as her mom requires, whether it's a ride to the doctor or help around the house.
Oh, of course. Tom, I am really sorry. I've got to go.
Look, call right at home. Get the right care right at home.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. And right now, you can lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. or visit SoClean.com today.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Selfless service is the guiding principle of every Army National Guard soldier. They have a stake in the well-being of the neighborhoods where they live and work. To be an Army National Guard soldier is to serve something greater than yourself. Learn more at NationalGuard.com.
Now your ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So a few fast-moving, quick showers across the region this morning, and that's about all we're going to see. Put a 20% chance of a rain shower in, and really none of these are going to produce too much in the way of heavy rainfall. You might get a brief moderate rain, but really they're so fast-moving that total rainfall amounts are not going to be that great, and they certainly aren't going to linger. So we have some showers offshore, well offshore. The general trend is for those to try and work their way a little bit closer to us, but there's some drier air in place here, so it could well be that these kind of dampen out before they ever make it, and they end up kind of like the showers that we've had across the region. That's what I'm thinking will happen. As we head into the afternoon, however, a little daytime heating, we have a chance at seeing a few thunderstorms develop, especially later in the day. Now, there's a lot of moisture down to our south, a lot of thunderstorm activity, rain shower activity. This is all part of a moisture slug, if you will, that'll be lifting northward with time as Alberto continues to climb northward and allow for that moisture to advance. We're watching that dry air wrapped around the underbelly of Alberto, and it's kind of actually even wrapping up into the circulation of Alberto itself. You can see that on the water vapor imagery as this kind of tan color wrapping right up around it, limiting its ability to develop much further. It's one of the reasons. And with 65-mile-an-hour winds now, that's probably about as strong as it gets, maybe even decreasing a little bit in intensity as it moves a little bit closer to shore. The upper level circulation of this system already beginning to move on shore. Lower level circulation will follow a little bit later on this morning and into the afternoon. General winds out of the south today will be breezy. Tomorrow we'll watch that moisture begin to lift northward, destabilizing our atmosphere, bringing us better chances of rainfall. Winds are still brisk, coming in south at about 20 right now. We'll have that 20-mile-an-hour wind close to the coastline all afternoon long, I think, subsiding to about 15 to 20 later in the afternoon. Here's our future cast. Alberto will continue to lift northward up toward the panhandle of the state today, or up near Cape San Blas perhaps. But in any event, as it moves up toward Panama City, we'll be watching this slug of moisture down to the south lifting northward. And while we'll probably escape most of today from the impacts of that system, I think as we head into tomorrow, we have a pretty good chance of seeing those showers and thunderstorms begin to build across the region, and some of that rain could be heavy at times tomorrow, so we'll watch for that. 20% chance this morning, 30% chance this afternoon, and then as we head into tomorrow, better rain chances. Now, the forecast, or the amount of rain that we had over the weekend, generally pretty good in terms of any kind of river flooding or certainly aerial flooding. We just didn't see that too much. Flooding is occurring at Mayaca State Park, though, and that really is the only river we've got around here that has a problem. Some bigger rainfall totals down in the southern parts, Inglewood south into Northport and Port Charlotte saw some pretty good rainfall. 20-mile-per-hour winds and 20-knot winds today out on open waters. Seas will run anywhere from choppy to a moderate chop a little later in the day. Look for a 30% chance of rain today, 80% tomorrow. And again, some of those storms could be strong tomorrow. Rain chances will start to diminish back to 40, 50% as we head through the rest of the work week and into the weekend. Kind of a return to our standard afternoon thunderstorms. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. No thunderstorms out there right now, at least, to get in the riddle of your first alert traffic. We are starting to see some slowdowns in Manatee County right there at the intersection of 301 and State Road 70. Some delays like we normally see around this time in the morning, even with the holiday weekend. Heading into Sarasota County, those roads are looking okay. We do have one closure to tell you about right there, if we can pull that up real quick. There's a closure at Gulfstream Avenue. The road is closed between Coconut Avenue and McAnch Square. It's a tough one to say at 6:49 this morning. Anyways, that road is closed, so you can see right there. If your morning commute involves that, you might want to give yourself a couple extra minutes or navigate around it. Farther south, those roads are also looking decent. Nothing to see right there. It is 6:49, and that is your first alert traffic. Well, it's on, it's off, but today it might be back on, I guess. President Trump says he is still working towards a summit meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Now, over the weekend, Trump told reporters that the date, June 12th, and the location, Singapore, hasn't changed.
Well, I think people want to see if we can get the meeting and get something done. If we got that done, and if we can be successful in the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula, it would be a great thing for North Korea. It would be a great thing for South Korea.
The president's remark came as the president of South Korea delivered his first public comments since a surprise meeting with the North Korean leader on Saturday. Now, Moon, the leader of South Korea, says Kim is still committed to denuclearization. All right, still to come on Good Morning Suncoast, we're going to update your top headlines in that top 7 before 7, which of course includes one last look at your first alert weather and traffic as we get you ready for the day. You are watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC 7.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
My name is Luke Perry, and I am 1 million strong. I'm in the fight against colorectal cancer because I believe we can win it. Colon and rectal cancers are the second leading cause of cancer deaths among men and women in the U.S. Colon cancer is preventable. Know the risk factors and make sure to get screened. There are simple, take-home options available. Take control of your health. Screening for colon cancer isn't embarrassing. It can be life-saving. To find out more about your options, visit fightcrc.org.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC 7 shows on your streaming device.
It is 6:54, and here's your top 7 before 7. First, let's start with John and that first alert weather forecast.
So we continue to watch Alberto, of course, just very slowly spinning around, and because it's moving relatively slowly, we'll keep this south wind in our forecast for the remainder of the afternoon. Our forecast for today will continue to call for an umbrella and sunglasses as necessary gear. Lots of clouds around today, mostly some afternoon storms. Thank you.
All right, let's take a look outside. One last look at your first alert traffic. We're going to stay right here in Sarasota. Gulfstream Avenue, there's a road closed there between Coconut Avenue and McAnch Square. That's really the only hot spot of the whole area that's going on. So if your commute involves that, you might want to steer around that particular area. All right, number 3, hurricane season officially begins on Friday, and after the storm this weekend, residents on Lido Key are already worried about beach erosion. They say they simply want Siesta Key to give them some sand to help renourish their beach's shoreline. Number 4, the Gulf Coast wasn't the only spot with bad weather this weekend. Ellicott City, Maryland is completely flooded. Parts of this town are underwater after heavy rain, and more rain is actually on the way there today. And number 5, you're looking live at Sarasota National Cemetery right here. Memorial Day observances are going on throughout the day there. Memorial Day, of course, a day to remember those who made the ultimate sacrifice and died in active duty. And number 6, Game 1 is tonight of the Stanley Cup Finals. The Washington Caps take on the Vegas Golden Knights in Vegas. That puck is going to drop at 8 o'clock tonight. And finally, number 7, what's trending? If you are a fan of Making a Murderer on Netflix, I have a new crime documentary you have to binge. Evil Genius, now streaming on Netflix. It is the story behind the pizza bombing back in 1993. John, you will absolutely love this. It is like such a great show.
It's a famous case.
It is. Stream it now. We'll be back tomorrow. Good Morning America is up next.